Okay, I've had confirmation after confirmation. Um, Earlier this morning, during my out and about, I came across a earthworm, and it was out of its elements. It was in the middle of the road or sidewalk or whatever, rocky terrain, which it should have been in the soil. So me and my bright idea, as I was walking, I decide I want to help it pick it up and go put it in the dirt. By the ground being basically all rocks, I could barely lift it up. You might as well say I practically was killing it. I was squishing it as I was trying to pick it up. So I let it be and kept going on about my walk where I was headed. So I asked God, I say now, here I am breeding earthworms in my backyard. And they're healthy, happy, growing more and more, being added. They're breeding within their home. They're creating new worms. So I'm like, it's kind of ironic that I would want to help this earthworm and I almost kill it. So I felt like what the Spirit was telling me is that this is part of the lessons that I'm learning at this present time. I'm not who I used to be, and I'm not who people think I used to be. We're all different, whether we've grown, digressed, or still the same way. But a person can't expect me personally to be what I used to be. Always trying to help. And what God is teaching me is that I had to learn, and I am learning to balance helping people. When we help people, they need to want to be helped. For example, the earthworm. They made a decision to be in a place that they're not supposed to be in. And then here I am trying to help it be where I think it should be. And I basically about killed it on me wanting to help it. But at my home, in my backyard, I have earthworms that want to be there. And they're prospering and growing. We're working together. But that earthworm wasn't in its element. And I was trying to help it. And I hurt it more than helped it. And again, that's kind of what's going on in my personal life. You know, people expecting me to be the same way I was 4, 5, 6, how many ever years ago. I'm not that same person where you always see me as nice, won't do nothing, let people get away with things over and over. I never really took people to court when all kind of injustice was done. I never really filed charges on people when injustice was done. I always said, God got it. But after a while, God will say, you get it. God may give us the wisdom to say, you go do what you have to do regarding this situation. In the past, God allowed me to get it, to leave it alone and let God handle it. But now it's like this certain level, God is telling me I need you to do this. Because I never took people to court. I never filed charges. But how long will God allow us to keep letting people get over on us? Yes, God got it. Yes, people reap what they sow. But sooner or later, God will ask us to grow up and stand in the authority to let people know, no, you can't do this. You know, a lot of people did things in the past that they may have known that I wouldn't do anything to them, or I wouldn't call the police, or I wouldn't fight back, whatever the case may be. So they could steal your belongings. They can do this and do that. But enough is enough. I'm not who I used to be. God got it. But God has given me wisdom to know now you can do this. Wow, because I'm having to have to step out in an area that I wouldn't have done it in the past. I probably would have fist fought before I called the police or before I pressed charges. I probably would have been fighting before that. But no, I know I'm too mature and wise to not fist fight. And I know I've become more wiser to not let people just get away with doing anything. So I'm learning how to press charges, take people to court, and fight battles in a way that is civil and justice. Not only God got it, but we can have it too. And let God give us the wisdom to go all the way through. Because I'm telling you, I thank God. Thank God. But yes, I'm trying to help something that chose to be in that element. It didn't want help. I was basically killing it, trying to help it. Unless they want help, unless they're in your same elements, we don't need to be helping what's not trying to grow or trying to live a moral and ethical life. We know what's equal with our morality and ethics. We know what's in harmony with our spiritual life. Whether you call it spiritual life or moral life, whatever you want to choose to call it, we know what is equal to our heart, our spirit, and we know what's not. And if that world come against us in some type of injustice ways, it's time for people to start suffering the consequences of what they're doing. And not only as myself, God got it. What go around, come around. No, God is starting to give me the wisdom and the courage to file charges and take him to court. Have a blessed day.